might just scrimmage in here all the time. Double secret probation.
We found a window here.
Hey, I might have got a BB gun next time. No, but I like the effort. A lot of young guys jumped out at me on both sides of the ball. Just the athleticism, making mistakes or two, but just their ability. I think there's some young guys that can help us in the mix, and we'll look at the film so I can see everything. You're ground level. But like what our quarterbacks did as far as being able to organize the huddle, get plays from the sidelines, will get us in the right things. You know what I mean? And always looking at the procedures. Always got to continuously grow. But I liked where it was at right now. And if some adversity hit, they were able to overcome it. Didn't bother them. Able to go to the next play. Defensively, like some of the athletic guys can rush. We got some young guys can rush. Guys can cover and run. I mean, then I saw some guys flying to the football, making great contact, tackle pretty well. Again, offense, we ran the ball at times. Again, Devontae didn't scrimmage. So James got some limited reps, but we ran. Pender got banged up a little bit. He had a little something happened to him, and Ryan Green got his money's worth. So he got some good carries, all those young guys. But ran the ball. In fact, we got to still continue. We got to keep working situations. Converted some third downs today, which was nice. On offense, defense, we got to clean that up. My defense did a pretty nice job in the red zone for the most part. Both sides, I mean, kind of both had some wins and losses both ways. Pretty a 50-50 scrimmage, it really was, as I sat there thinking through it. In each situation, it was a pretty 50-50 scrimmage. 2-minute situations got a little better on both sides. Liked our 2-minute offense and liked how they played it too. I mean, got some 6, 8, 10 play drives in the deal. We had chances, and that's why I like to see how the defense reacts as you go down. They change, and the offense handled different situations. Third down, we got a green, and then ran the ball and got them out. Got the 4 receivers back on the field. Got some execution things that I was concerned that we could do with some of these young guys in that situation. But for the most part, I mean, seem relatively pleased. I'll look at the film and see. But same thing.
Offensively, what are your expectations? Fall camp, first scrimmage. I mean, what do you?
Well, the big
where
thing.
should they be?
We never get the plays in and out of the huddle. Get up there on time. Make sure you're getting a hat to a hat. Not having guys turn loose, which we didn't for the most part. Blitzing, we had a lot of blitzing. We've been blitzing our young guys to death because I want them to be ready for blitz. That's one thing as a young quarterback you got to be able to handle. I thought we handled that really well. I mean, they got some greatness too, but we made some plays in those situations too. I was very pleased with that. But you always worry about those because it was early, getting in and out of the huddle, getting plays, execution lineup, getting to the right hat to a hat, not turning guys loose for negative plays and turnovers. You know what I'm saying? And being able to just give yourself a chance to execute the athletes.
At the same time, obviously, the one thing the defense didn't do last year that's been much talked about is create a lot of turnovers. And I know it's weird for you because you don't necessarily want to see turnovers.
No, you don't want to see them, but how?
Did you see
well,
them?
there's good turnovers, there's bad
Right.
turnovers. I mean, if a guy gets hit and fumbles, I don't know if we had a couple snaps with some young centers in there, but as we were working some guys, but a couple plays, a couple tip balls. There was an interception or so. Guys got to the ball, but they were creating a lot of havoc that way. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to go back and watch the film as I look at it, but I don't think I was disappointed with the defense at all. You know what I mean?
What about tackling? First chance to see that.
Tackle pretty well, but I tell you what, dude, we got some guys on our side that can skedaddle. There's some guys that can run with that ball. Some of those young guys can scoot now and can create some plays. But they tackle for the most part pretty well. I mean, there wasn't a lot of missed tackles. You may get outran or something, you know what I mean? But not a lot. I didn't see a lot of missed tackles. I was standing in the back watching, but looking at the film.
Did you see any, from your skill guys, any special plays?
Yes.
Yeah. Want to elaborate a little bit?
No.
Okay.
No, there were some guys that took some balls and there were some yak yards. You know what I mean? And I don't think it was anything bad on defense either. I think there's good plays. In other words, guys make a real play and just they're talented, hit a seam and do some things. You know what I mean? And unless it's a guy busts a play on defense and there's a big hole and there's nobody around you, that's a different deal. You know what I mean? There were some plays made because of good playing on offense with some of those skill guys that made me excited. Because that's what you got to do. You got to be able to. If you want to be special on offenses, you can't. If you have to coach all the yards, then you're in trouble. Guys, them and that special ability have to take over. And I was pleased with some of those guys. Really was.
Quarterbacks about the same as far as what they were able to do today?
Yeah, I mean, they handled themselves well. I mean, each had a few some really high moments. Each had a couple, tough moments, but I liked the way they handled it. Bounced right back. I'll look at the film and see who was more consistent, but both of them had their time. At times they had good days. They had some really good plays. I mean, handle third down and blitz and things like that really well. That's what concerns you with young quarterbacks. People can throw it when everybody knows you're going to throw it. You know what I'm saying? And can you, when they're bringing that blitz at you, can you stand in there and take the heat and and do those things. And from that standpoint, I was pretty pleased for the most part.
Are you looking?
Especially at their development right now.
Are you looking for some of the checks in the line as well? When
Oh
they
no,
see a
no,
blitz
yeah,
coming
oh
or
yeah,
things
oh yeah,
like that?
checks and how they hot, how they sight it, how they get rid of it, and who they're getting the ball to. And we actually hit some big plays on blitz, which lets me know, hey, I was excited, knowing where to go with it. You know what I'm saying?
You've talked about not wanting to force a decision. Have you seen those two guys, as opposed to necessarily battling against each other, really going out and trying to grab that job?
They have. They've both competed. Every good battle I've ever been in when I've been on a good team, whether it was the Russell Flynn's, the Rohan Booties, all those battles, even Craig and Nick's back in the day, they all competed for the job, but they never did it at the detriment of the team or try to divide the team or do anything of that nature. You know what I mean? They both have, and they're both helping each other. They're both seeing each other. When one comes off, man, makes a play, they're high-fiving each other. But at the same time, then he's running back on the field trying to make a play to top him. So I think it's pushing both of them, both levels of play up, which is what you want.
Coach, how's PJ Williams?
Okay, he got a yesterday in practice, got thigh bruise. And it stiffened up on him today, and he just, good run through. I don't think it'll be serious. I think in a day or so it'll be a typical camp thing. He'll be fine.
How did Darby look running with the ones?
Good. I mean, I noticed him out there a couple times. Made a couple plays, knocked some balls down. You know what I mean? Darby's getting back in the swing of things, which is really good.
Is this the first film where you can really see how that defense is coming together, or is practice show you enough of that?
Well, I mean, you'll see what you saw in practice. I mean, again, it's still scrimmaging. The way we've been practicing differently because I wanted a new staff on defense. We have young quarterbacks. We've been off the field a lot, making it much more like game situations as far as getting the plays in and out, running in and out. So they're having to make their own calls, all their own checks. As I say, when the coach, you're standing behind the guys, you're coaching them, but it's like you're giving them a cheat sheet. You know what I'm saying? Because every now and then they can turn and stop. Well, we've been off the field for the last 4 days, which I think is very important for staff, operation, and with young quarterbacks and with the defense having guys. But you got Telvin out there, it's like having 3 coaches out there. They're running around telling everybody what to do every time. So, I mean, from that standpoint, I think practice film has been really good. And then today, like I say, you saw, and I'm going to tell you this the other day, you said 2s and 1s. We did 24 plays of 1s versus 2s, 2s versus 1s. Then the other 60 plays were all 1s on 1s.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, we did a little section of that 1s versus 2s, but probably 2/3 of that scrimmage was 1s on 1s, 2s on 2s, 3s on 3s. From that standpoint.
How were you
I meant to
guys-
say that yesterday. I meant to clear that. I remember you asked me that yesterday.
How are you guys able to simulate in here, particularly as coaches in the booth and things?
Well, we just
of
put
that
guys
nature?
up on
Guys
the
up top?
catwalk. Just got headsets. But it don't matter where you're looking at. You still have the headset on. You know what I'm saying? And getting the communication. That's why I stand in the back and call plays. And they'd signal from the sideline. And we communicate, get in and out. It's harder sometimes, especially when you're on both sides, because your defensive guys, you got to interact that way. But as far as an offense and defense, you can function.
How did it all work out as far as
Pretty good.
communication?
Pretty good. Had to make myself be careful not to coach and just call plays between the drive. You know what I mean? But it was, for the first time, pretty good. We still got some kinks to iron out where everybody's at. That's always that way. But
Do you have a play clock in here?
yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, play.
And then you get the play clock and then a little button to the left, not like the scoreboard. Well, that's a 40-second clock.
Oh, okay.
So you can count. You got good eyes.
Right.
But we got a big clock there. So we're doing a 40-second clock, doing everything. We've been doing that in practice every day, too. We've been doing everything just like we would a game.
You had it looked like you had a lot of receivers in green. Is that obviously you know what they're doing? You just don't
Well,
know
there
what
was 3 guys there that who have been playing their tails off. I mean, Rashad Green's been playing his butt, catching balls like crazy. Him going out and taking the shot,
Right.
it changes us as a football team. But they're thudding him. They're hitting him up high, making sure they tackle him, just not taking him to the ground. Makes them tackle, makes them do that. KB and Kenny. I mean, because those other guys are young. You got to remember now. With the Dent situation, and Scooter, he's now going to be down. Scooter, I don't know if you know, Scooter's going to be out for a while. He'll be probably down for the year.
Oh.
He had a kneecap. He's got a stress fracture. We didn't know. That's why they knew it wasn't healing right, so they gone back and looked. I mean, so there's nothing you can do there. And then Halstead. So you got 3 young guys. Those 3 guys, those young guys are coming along, and I wanted to see them in that. So these guys, they block live. They